Welcome to Free of My Reviews. This is Chris Johnson with my thoughts on Killing Eve. So I started watching Killing Eve finally last week because of what's been going on with this pandemic. And just to keep it short, I'm really enjoying it because I gotta say I love stories about narcissistic, unlikable, but totally engrossing characters. And honestly, that's Eve and that's Villanelle. Of course, this is a story about a MI5 turned MI6 agent who is investigating and hunting down this female assassin. And then they both basically become obsessed with each other in more than just professional ways. First off, the acting is amazing, especially from the actress who plays the female assassin, Villanelle, because not only with her accent changing and her terrifying mix of gorgeousness and complete sadistic, childlike desires for murdering people, and just the fascination of the character in the first place because she's scary to me because you get a lot of assassins in TV shows and movies, but basically Villanelle is a serial killer who basically has assassin skills and gets paid. Because if she wasn't an assassin, see, like John Wick, don't piss him off, he's not gonna kill anybody. Leave him alone, he ain't gonna kill you. John Wick's like the most reasonable assassin. Jason Bourne did it for his country. You know, doesn't really kill that many people in those movies either. James Bond, License to Kill, does it for his country. Villanelle does it because she likes watching people die, watching people suffer. It has a little tiny bit of enjoyment in it. That's terrifying to me. Doesn't matter if you're good, doesn't matter if you're bad. She just needs to kill. She's like Michael Myers without the mask and with a personality. She's like Freddy Krueger to me, and that's what makes this so intriguing. And then Eve being her own kind of psychopath in a way, the way she uses people. I saw a lot of Reddit things about people not liking her husband character, but let's be honest, she uses and abuses her husband. Her husband asks reasonable questions. Her husband thinks in reasonable terms. Eve is nuts. She's almost as nuts as Villanelle is. Let's be honest. She uses everybody. Her husband, people at her job. And it's fascinating to me. It would be one thing if she was meant to be likable, but she's not. And the one thing I noticed while reading up on this show and reading up fans' opinions is fans are so scary. Let's feel the same thing about the Joker. I don't care how entertained you are by the Joker and by Villanelle. Don't excuse them for what they do because they murder innocent people. They hurt people that don't deserve to die. Villanelle does a couple of things on this show that reminds you she's not good. She should die. Kind of like Tony Soprano on The Sopranos. People liking him too much. So the creator made him worse because it was like, you're not supposed to like this mobster who murders people. But that's the way of the world today. We're so engrossed by the villain, we forget that if we met that person on the street, we'd want them dead. And I hope the show doesn't lose sight of that. I hope they keep on with being true to their characters. A charming but psychotic narcissist murdering piece of shit. I love it. Totally love it. Totally enthralled by Killing Eve. And I can't wait for season 3. And, before I completely wrap it up, too, I, I just gotta mention again the absolute amazing chemistry and heat whenever Sandra Oh and Jodie Comer are on the screen together. This show is so blessed to have two absolutely amazing, fantastic anchors, and I don't think enough can be said about Jodie's performance. You get a lot of these type of characters and performance opportunities for male characters, but to see a female character and female actress get to really play with transformation and truly becoming someone else, it's a great thing to see. It's something I really want for some of my movies and some of my actresses that I've worked with, who I do believe have the potential to do things like this, and it's just needing the opportunity and needing the right material. And it's just amazing to see these two bounce off of each other and how they just, and then when they're not together, completely anchor both of their sides of the story. Like I said, they're two very fascinating characters, and and Eve is an example to me of a character being so fascinating and having a lead character, and an example of you not having to like them. Sometimes we use likability and unlikability as a reason to not like a character, and I feel like Eve is a big example of unlikability being a good push off and anchor for the show and for the character and for the actor. You know, People sometimes get too focused on I need to like this somebody, and not focused on the analysis and the interest in character. And for me, and it's always been like this, for me with Free Your Mind films and doing movies like Hitman Sorrow and Angry People, and I'm very fascinated by lead characters who you don't necessarily agree with, that you may not be friends with, that you may want nothing to do with in real life, but it's fascinating to see how they tick, why they tick, what they believe in. And Killing Eve is really one of the better TV examples that I have seen of that. For both Eve and Villanelle. And like I already said, can't wait to check out season 3. And I came in just like I did with Arrow 5 years ago. I came in at the right time, getting 2 seasons worth on Hulu, and then boom, here's a new season for you. So I can't wait to check that out.